Hello, everyone.
Whenever,
Welcome to Deadline number 11, the gold bracket here. We have four teams fighting for a chance to win this tournament right now. We wanted to really badly see a match between two very similar named teams. We're unfortunately not going to see that. Instead, we're going to see Luminescent versus Placeholder here. I'm also
still a
here
chance
with
to,
my lovely co-commentator, Breaks.
happy to be here, Yoko Poco. But yes, there is still a chance of seeing them in the finals. But for now, let's see what we've got queued up between Luminescence and Placeholder, with maps over Sturgeon Shipyard Tower, Undertow Rainmaker, and Crab Leg Clams.
I'm just quickly checking the bracket here. Luminescent is our second seed going into gold bracket, and Placeholder is our third seed of this bracket. So this is honestly anyone's game. I'm also really quickly going to check to see did these teams play throughout the Swiss stage. Just going to quickly scroll through the bracket. I'm not currently seeing it. But oh, yep, there it is. Round 3. Luminescent was able to take it over Placeholder in round 3. If that were
Yes,
to show any
yes, it turns out
favoritism here.
Luminescent and Luminous did already square off during the bracket, but whatever. But yes, it'll be good to see a rematch between Placeholder and Luminescent.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see really how these teams do in the bracket stage, because when you get to the Swiss stage here at Deadline, it's only a best of one. So a lot of things can happen just completely out of the ordinary. But when we get to the bracket stage, we actually have a best of 3 set that goes on here. We're going to start this one with Sturgeon Shipyard Tower Control. And that's one that when I see this map, I worry about a snowball immediately on this one. How about you?
Yeah, like that range which you have behind the mid does help a little bit, but you can still very easily capture those little stack, like you capture the stacks and secure that area and try to lock out the enemy team. So it's definitely one that's a risk of snowballing, but there are still ways to get out of it, and it's just whether teams can handle that pressure in order to get out.
Yeah, that's entirely true. We will be hopping into this game shortly. We're still deciding some team stuff,
Yes.
getting everything situated so we can hop right into this bracket very, very soon.
One interesting thing to note about when these teams matched up originally during the Swiss stage is that was on Rainmaker Scorch Gorge, so they haven't played any of these maps in they haven't even played any of these maps during the Swiss stage either. So this is definitely going to be a bit interesting to see how it works, because they haven't played these maps, and even though they have played these modes naturally, they haven't played any of these combinations yet, and we'll only see Rainmaker pop up during match 2, so... And that Rainmaker is useful because that was where Placeholder and Luminescence did match during round 3, so... That will be interesting to see when we get there, but we still gotta see how everyone goes on tower control, because that was round 2 of the Swiss stage. Luminescence did lose to XOXO tryouts, but Placeholder did win against Gnarled Wind during that one, so might be interesting to see who's better here. But yeah,
Well, it looks like we were going to get started, but unfortunately, only 3 players on one of these teams here. So we get to preview a few weapons maybe for a second here. We'll probably be restarting very shortly.
Yeah.
And there's the restart.
Yeah. Yes. Probably an accidental DC there, which is always fun to have when you're trying to do Splatoon.
The good old $20 a year moment.
Yeah.
Just unable to stay in the lobby. At least it happened right when the game started. At least it wasn't like, some team was pushing late in the game and then one of their players DC'd and then it was like, oh, we cancel the game off of that. That always sucks.
Or, break checkpoint and the player disconnect.
Uh-huh.
It looks like everyone's readying up, so we should be good to go and go pretty shortly.
I don't think I really saw anything too out of the ordinary on their comps that we did see very briefly.
The Tinderella, though. That'll be interesting to see.
I always love seeing Tent in these kind of comps because it's an interesting weapon. It's had a rocky history over the course of this game, from being completely unuseful because it was broken to actually both kits seeing some use in different situations.
Oh yeah. Well, I guess the only case it really had use was when it could somehow take out Krakens. That was an interesting time for Brella. But now we're loaded up. We see
Yeah, we're
for
gonna see-
Luminescence.
I'm
Yes,
gonna be so
Luminescence-
confused right now because both of these teams are like have the same. They have the same tag. I'm not sure if that's an alias thing or if they just, you know, happen to have very, very similar tags. It is an alias thing.
That's definitely helpful. Kind of. Not really. Anyway, yeah, we can see Luminescence have got the crab out and they're attempting to secure those stacks in the tower push, but the crab has been pushed back and they're struggling to break first check at the moment.
Yeah, it seemed Luminescent wanted to come out swinging there, but Placeholder very eager to stop them here at this first checkpoint. Don't want to give it up, but looks like Luminescent
yeah.
might just not be able to get that checkpoint down yet.
Not quite. They were close, but the two down really slowed them down too much.
Yeah, I almost wonder there if they were considering like breaking that checkpoint and like sacrificing all of their players, and then just decided, no, it's not worth it right now. This is only checkpoint 1. We'll just regroup together, get that new push going. But it seems like they might regret that Placeholder now breaking checkpoint 1, although they also go 2 down. Now 3
Yes,
down.
yes, so Placeholder did decide to use those additional resources and just throw themselves in that bit harder and lose control of mid in return for breaking the check. But that gets them down to 42. Not quite able to lock out, but it is still a good push.
And now we see Luminescent going up. This range blaster you see at the top of your screen pretty far up there, seeing if they can make any plays. This Tentacerella Umbrella getting caught out on that high area by this 52 gal as well. Looks like Luminescent will respond with a checkpoint break of their own.
Yes, so now there's only about 10-point difference, so it's whether Luminescent can push through.
Yeah, and here we might see the snowball I was talking about earlier. It's really hard to defend this check at a certain point. If they can break
especially
this
with that
check, we might
crab out of...
see this go all the way to the end.
Yes, only 10 points left to go. Will Placeholder be able to push back?
No, it looks like they won't be able to. Luminescent will take game 1 here.
Yeah. Yes, there's definitely a lot of backwards and forwards in the mid, but as you said, the key bit was managing to secure the stacks and secure parts of the enemy plat in order to lock out, and Luminescence did that very well when they got in.
Now Luminescent has to be feeling really good because they get to go back to a mode they already have won on. Not the same map, of course, as they won on Rainmaker Scorched Gorge, but we're going right back to Rainmaker, which they won in the Swiss stage. So if I'm that, I'm feeling good right now.
Oh yes, definitely, especially with their win, especially as that was against Placeholder, as we discussed earlier, so they're probably feeling confident. But hopefully that doesn't get to their head. I imagine not, they're both very good teams, but there's still going to be that pressure.
Yeah, honestly, I would have been interested to see what happens if Placeholder was able to stop that last push that Luminescent had, because it really did seem like a pendulum kind of swinging back and forth there. And if that pendulum swung back one more time, then maybe that game could have gone to Placeholder. Unfortunately for them,
they'd already broken first check.
Yeah, they didn't stop at that
and they'd
time,
broken first check that game, so that helped get them, like, their broken first check, that would have meant a very quick push through that first point into the area where they could lock out of, but that's just theorizing. For now, we're queued up with Rainmaker Undertow.
Yeah, Rainmaker does sometimes have that pendulum aspect to it too, where someone will push the Rainmaker into a base, and then the other team will counterattack bigger, and then need a bigger counterattack than that all the way until the end of the game.
Oh, definitely. And Undertow's a particularly interesting one for that, because you do have that very quick dive through your right-hand side, which is a very good option if you do get that quick team wipe, can push through mid, and can just get up there. That'll get the points down, but it's risky.
Yeah, I feel like Undertow is a map that we don't see KO'd all that often, especially when teams are very close together in skill. But when it does get KO'd, it tends to be pretty quick here.
Yes. And we'll load up and see who gets the KO. That's like whether we do see a KO and who will win.
See if we have any comp changes here. Was that the once again the tags are confusing me. Now we have a Tentabra on both sides. This time the vanilla Tentabra coming out. I'm guessing their plan is to just launch that tent shield over that that slick area, that unpaintable area, and maybe pop a vac to get that Rainmaker through it as well. We'll see who's able to pull it off first here.
Yes, and we see both tents pushing forwards a bit, but Luminescent get the Rainmaker first. But no one's down on either side, except for those dualies.
Yeah, Luminescent really likes to come out swinging, it seems, but just like last game, they get stopped quite early on. We'll see if Placeholder can respond here. Although they are 3 down, this is still Luminescent's push.
Definitely, especially with how quickly they did pop the Rainmaker that second time. They were just able to get that pressure. But the vac comes out in an attempt to stall.
Oh, looks like that
and
vac
he gets the Rainmaker.
Off, yeah. Luminescent going 3 down here. That check does not pop, and I don't believe that tent is going to be able to really... Oh, they're still here, actually, getting behind the enemy team.
Yes.
They're still holding it down over here.
They are skirmishing the 2 players hard, and they nearly actually got one of them with the tent shield. They got hit twice.
I think the big thing there was they were just able to stall those other players so effectively that now the rest of their team is back in mid already, that Placeholder had really no chance to assemble a counter push there.
Oh yeah, everyone's fighting in mid again, and Placeholder just didn't claim that much space, and Luminescence already has the Rainmaker again.
And here comes the Vac going out. They're going to look for this checkpoint once again.
Yeah.
2 players, though, right there trying to stop them. We'll see if they're able to in just 1 second here. It looks like they're throwing everything they possibly can to stop this Rainmaker from breaking this checkpoint.
Yes, and now they're after the tent again, and tent jumps out immediately this time. They know how good that tent was at stalling and do not want to deal with that again.
Yeah, now we see the clock actually starting to turn down a little bit. We've broken through 2 minutes of full game clock, and still no one's even broken a check yet. We've been very neutral so far.
Placeholder haven't gotten a push yet either. Luminescence have done a very good job locking them out.
Ooh, and I wonder if that duelie's really meant to grab that Rainmaker there. They looked like they were trying to fight those players around the Maker, but just grabbing it, it seems accidental to me, but it looks like it's going to work out in Luminescence's favor. They get 3 down, and there's that check break that we were waiting for.
Yeah. Yes, and the Crab tank out for Placeholder, trying to stop them from any more pressure from coming in.
Yeah, looks like this push is going to stop here. They're 3 down, but once again, this tent player, this time they'll get picked off, not able to hold down the defense in enemy territory for that much longer.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that tent player did do well the first time. The tent player did well the first time, but didn't quite manage to do well the next couple of times. I think Placeholder is getting used to that tent.
Yeah, speaking of that tent, they're going to pop it back and see if they can respond with a checkpoint break of their own. They're the only 2 players left, though, and the Rainmaker gets picked right as it's trying to dunk on that checkpoint. Another instance of the only tent player left.
Yes, and will they? No, they get picked off. So close to check. That's going to make it a bit harder for Placeholder to counter push with only 90 seconds left.
Yeah, Luminescence gotta feel good about that stop there. Not preventing them from breaking that checkpoint is going to be very huge, because now they have a chance to just bleed out this clock until the game ends. Even if Placeholder gets a counter push going, they're gonna have to break that check, which is a challenge in and of itself.
Yes, but Luminescent are running the Rainmaker and just trying to survive that tent, but tent goes down. Luminescent don't feel comfortable with the 2-point lead, so they do want a few more points on the board.
Yeah, they are getting just a couple, but they're seemingly content to just keep the Rainmaker over on the other side of the base for as long as they can, because we're getting towards the end of this game now.
Oh yes, and Placeholder do have a counter push opportunity, but the 10 once again is stalling them out.
I think this match has been definitely a showcase of why Tent can be so good under the right hands. They're still alive all the way up there, enabling those dualies to push up all the way into the enemy base, and you again get a pick. It's just that splash
and the back's out, and they are pushing through that uninkable.
That was exactly what I was talking about earlier. Just popping that vac, getting that Rainmaker through that uninkable. Now Placeholder at this point needs an absolute miracle if they want to win this game.
Yes, 17 is a very hard push to match.
Yeah, Placeholder needs to
Placeholder-
get Luminescent out, but they just can't. That Luminescent's just all over them still.
Yes, Candy was just not going down for too long, and that means and they go down.
For a second there, I was like, wait, what got the Rainmaker? And then I saw that it was, of course, the Tentabrella.
Oh, didn't catch that bit, but yes, would make sense for that Tenderbrella to get the final pick.
Yeah, that was just Tentabrella the game right there, as Luminescent will take this set 2-0 over Placeholder. They'll move on to finals.
Yes. Yes,
I'm going
even
to
though that was only a best one during the Swift, they did still show why they were better. Luminescent did still show why they were better.
Quickly checking the bracket here, we are going to see them face the winner of XOXO Tryouts or Luminous. Currently, XOXO Tryouts up 1-0. Actually, I just checked it once again. It's actually tied 1-1.
Oh yeah, that's actually interesting because that's some Seed 1 versus Seed 4, so that's proving to be a pretty tight match.
Yeah, XOXO was able to completely sweep the Swiss stage. They went 5-0. They did not drop a single game. But that game that they just dropped to Luminous is their first one of the entire tournament so far. If Luminous
Very
takes
impressive.
that game 3, then we could see the finals that would be even more confusing to know which team's which.
Yes. Now we go from same tags to same name, like same team name. That would be fun.
Yeah, but of course, I'm sure XOXO is not going to go down without a fight in that other match.
Oh no, they got their Seed 1 doing very well during that Swiss stage and dropping not a single game, so they would not be going down easy during their Clams game.
We're also getting a quick look at Silver Bracket here on stream. Looks like the Rice Rascals had a bye, and they get a free ticket to Silver Bracket Finals, while the other two teams are duking it out there in Game 2, so honestly still anyone's set at this point.
Yeah.
And hey, whoever loses that set automatically wins the third place match, because there's no fourth team. Unfortunately, we did have a team that was not able to complete the Swiss stage, so there's a bye in Silver Bracket.
Yes, the shame, but it happens. We understand teams occasionally have issues that come up.
Yeah, but I think at this point, I think we are going to just take a little break here before we get into our gold bracket finals. So we'll see everyone in just a little bit here.
Yes, indeed. See you all for the final.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome back, everyone, to the deadline finals, and we have 15 minutes until the deadline. So let's see whether we can get some quick matches in and for these best of 3 finals. Again, I am Breaks, and I'm joined by Yokopok.
Yeah, we had our expected 1 seed of XOXO tryouts here joining us in the finals with Luminescent, who we just saw take their series 2-0. We saw before the break that actually their set went to game 3 after they had previously not dropped the game from the entire tournament. So honestly, this might be a very interesting finals we got here.
Oh, definitely. But these teams have actually matched during the Swiss.
Yeah, and we're gonna get right into it right now with Splat Zones on Mahi Mahi Resort here. Well, these teams coming out with the lovely, lovely pencils that everyone loves to talk about nowadays. I also wonder, this is XOXO tryouts. I wonder which one of them is the tryout, or if multiple, because it is tryouts. Gotta wonder here. Anyway, looks like Luminescent able to take the first cap here. Not able to quite get a solid hold quite yet, though. As I say that, though, looks like they are able to actually get a little hold going here. 1 down on each side, though. Multiple specials on deck for Luminescent, but the V-Shot gets picked as they had their Zuka charged. Now they're 2 down. Looks like this might be XOXO's zone. XOXO here has to be happy with their tryout, the fact that they are the 1 seed going into this. Looks like they're going to take the lead very shortly here. Looks like a very strong hold here on Mahi. I feel like this one's going to take us all the way down to that tide change that we love about Mahi so much.
I don't know. The voice in the head is not counting. Hi. So the voice in the head is not counting. But yeah, so 50 is gonna be the try on the side of XOXO try, but you can see right here on say the side of Luminescent. They're trying their best, but because it's flat zones, it took a long time for them to stall. But now since the zones are open, we're gonna be seeing with Candy and also Tentacles outside the board as well, and Goose. They're gonna be trying to be counted on.
I'm sorry, it's so funny how you're just like the voice inside your head is now audible to everyone else.
Yes.
Thanks, voice inside my head.
Yes.
Anyway, Luminescent now has a chance to respond, giving a huge penalty to XOXO here. Their timer's gonna tick under 60. They have 2 specials, they're popping at the same time.
It's so wild that Petra's still in play right now, even on both sides as well, but the Petra's so far away on the side of Luminescent. Are you really going to be able to get enough in time? But they do, somewhat. The zone's not even capped yet now in this.
Yeah, Luminescent, they are able to get them 2 down very briefly. Took just that little extra second though to cap that zone. I'm not sure if that's going to come back to bite them in the end, as XOXO is going to try and come back with these strikes right about now. Alright, goodbye voice in my head. Go back to my head where you belong. We love commentary being very, or very little technical issues whatsoever, you know? Anyway, Luminescent now has eaten through their penalty. They're going to get their points off the board here, as there's only about 2 minutes left in this game. They look like they want to take the lead right about now, getting 1 down on XOXO, but they do have those strikes. They're probably waiting to pop those after they get grouped up. Here they come right about now. This would be the time to cap the zone, if any. Looking contested in the middle here. It's going to go back to Luminescent. And they will indeed take the lead here. That timer is now ticking into the teens and further below. They're going to ask if they can get the knockout here. Looks like zone's contested again, but the Crab Tank gets picked by the Zuka. And that's going to be Luminescent taking game 1 of finals.
Hello, the voice in the head is back. Well,
The voices, they consume.
the voice is consuming and Luminescent is taking the first game. Really, that's an upset right there because XOXO, yeah.
Yeah, they when these two teams faced off in the Swiss stage, XOXO was able to take it, of course, as I mentioned before that they were undefeated in the Swiss stage, but Luminescent showing they're perfectly capable here. They're taking game 1 as we shift to TC Hagglefish.
TC Hackfish, oh god, what a map. It's the old map that everyone loves to play, but also it gets really annoying because it's in every single map pool. But honestly, really for the side of XOXO tryout though, they're so known to this. Again, Pipe Boy, Martin DD, it's a part of XOXO, the regular roster, but Fishy's a tryout, and Fishy has been a part of a lot of teams, a lot of pickups, so they already have some consistency on it. But for Luminescence, they are kind of reactive team. They came back from a long while, so that's their history. But they can see that Luminescence does not have really anything to worry about. But is their memeing from XOXO tryout? Maybe not, because they'll try to play at the peak, but just map issues, you know.
The voice is consumed. I'm sorry. It's just so funny to me.
The voice is here.
You were talking earlier a little bit about Hagglefish. Actually, I was gonna say something, but it looks like we will be hopping right into this game here. Luminescent 1 game away from taking this entire tournament.
And with that, we see the Blaster and we see the Fencer. That's going to be AoE madness already. But we see again Fishy with the usual squeezer, as they usually play in the whole roster set.
Yeah, I think that's the same comp coming out from XOXO, so they seem to be very confident in what they have here. They don't want to stray too far from what they know, especially because they have a tryout on their team right now. They're not, completely for sure on everything, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, this neutral standoff here, looks like Luminescent's gonna go 2 down first, but has to pop this Crab Tank to prevent any further disaster from happening.
Yeah, any further disaster from happening. We see XOXO is going to be taking the tower first. It's going to be a couple of seconds though. But really just the top of the ditch because we just see a piss fight, a whole Splatfest barely in the bottom of the screen. But at the top of the screen, we see more health break loose as we see 1 down the Blaster and the shot. And now 52 go.
Yeah, it's looking like a big scuffle there. It looks like any time that someone was able to take space there, the other team was able to just take it right back. It looked like for a very brief moment there that Luminescent was going to have a push going, but right as soon as they hopped on their tower, they went 2 down, and that push stopped immediately.
Yeah, and with the 2 down top immediately, we see Hypo again waiting for the crab. Most likely going to pop the soon enough when they're going to be tower active. But 52 going down, they don't need to worry about the crab being pulled out a little bit. So they're just going to be waiting for another one to go down on the side of Luminescence so they can pop it. But now there's a DC.
Oh, not the DC. That's so sad.
Yeah, we see DD just partying and now they're dead. So, yeah. Is anyone going to stop it? There we go.
There they go.
There we go.
I'm never sure exactly on every single little DC rule from every single organization, but normally the rule is that, like, if you keep playing then it counts. And I was worried for a second that they were gonna keep playing, but then we saw DD just partying there. It's like, okay, just end it, please.
It is just ending it, but they just came back, and the person who DC'd was Marv.
And at least it's not their tryout. could you imagine? You have a tryout. You're like running through a tournament completely. You get like you're in finals, and then you lose finals because your tryout DC'd.
It would be really funny.
That would be tragic.
But literally, as it's all great out of the way, so the match is going to be reset, and that's mostly the last reset if needed. And if this reset's gonna, well, if they're going to fail to reset, basically die again, I think that match is going to go, and we're going to go to game 3.
Yeah, I think so. But you know what's funny about the reset is that the tower is very much in the same place that it's been the entire time. Like the points that were scored were very, very minimal here. So. Well, we're just like pretending that we're playing like a 7-minute match instead of a 5-minute match at this point.
Oh, surely, yes. It's been basically till only 2 minutes of the first game, and now plus 5 minutes. It basically is Clan Blitz with 0 scores.
Oh, Clan Blitz, how I have a love-hate relationship, we'll just say. But anyway, we're playing tower control right now. Let's get back to that. XOXO is going to have the first one going down on their side, but it looked like they were cooler because I see them immediately come back with the crab at the ready. Luminescence going to put the most points we've seen on this map so far with a whopping 92.
The funny thing is, because of the DC, it's advantage for both teams to know how the playstyle is going to be playing, and BC on the side of Luminescence, they're taking full advantage of it. Because now they're playing super aggressive, and Goose is having full advantage going into a base already, just not scared at all.
Have this lovely range blaster, just causing chaos and able to create that space that Luminescence so desperately needed there. They're at checkpoint 1 there. Looks like they're gonna break it pretty easily here. No one's around to cover that tower. They will indeed break that checkpoint.
Again, no one's scared, but you see Kenny and Order all the way here at the tower, just playing it safe, going for specials, and they do. And Kenny, oh, they immediately get shredded by the Zuka.
Of course, everyone's favorite, Death Taxes and Inksuka.
Death taxes, I can't believe you said something like that, but we see insta camp of Order, but no, that's going to be denied. But we're going to see mostly double, no, that's going to be double on the side of Luminescence, getting Extra to try a 2 down.
I still can't believe that after nearly like 4 minutes of gameplay on Hagglefish Tower Control, we had an actual push that happened. Speaking of which, it looks like we're gonna have a second actual push that's happening.
It's great that we got the second push and we beat the quota, and by the quota is basically there's no replay anyway because it's been past half the game more or less, and no one DC'd.
Indeed, anyway, Luminescent able to shave a whopping 1 point off of their path to go. They got it down to 49 here. XOXO, honestly, looking like they're having to play too much defense here. They need to turn this around. This match started, like, looking very much in XOXO's favor for this whole set, but as time goes on, Luminescence is just getting stronger and stronger. I do say that, though, but that sword able to pick off the range blaster. Maybe XOXO can get something going here.
That was gonna be a really cool range if actually the sword was able to get the kill, but no, they get the revenge as Candy again going on the shred with the help of Goose actually getting one single off. That's gonna be the sword, and soon enough it's gonna be DD, and it's gonna be Fishy as well. DD's being push one down. Fishy needs to jump out. That's gonna be another push on the side of XOXO.
Yeah, actually, it seems that Luminescent here has kind of figured it out for at least for the time being here, and XOXO's running out of time for trying to respond here. The tower is once again in their base, less than 2 minutes on the clock, and Luminescent doesn't seem like they want to let up at all.
Basically, never back down, never won. That funny meme. They're just literally never backing down. The Blob getting kill, or getting killed, Candy getting kill. That kill wheel on top as well. That just, oh my.
Anyway, Luminescent able to break that second checkpoint, getting to the third as well. They are looking like they're 2-2. That might be the end of the push there, but once again, XOXO has not really put together a push in either this game or the DC game.
And walking a horror pace, Candy got clipped on the grid as well, basically having some kind of defense on the side of XOXO tryout. So they have the aggressive being dead somewhat, but with the wave breaker we can see in mid, basically everyone getting tracked. That's a double because of Goose, triple because of Goose.
Yeah, it seems like their whole gameplay in here is just enabling this range blaster to just cause chaos, and it's working very, very well right now. Axel just has no answers yet. And this timer is now ticking under 45 seconds. The tower is still on this blue side of the map here.
It's literally just 35 seconds. If we see the Penta just playing rapidly more, trying to just paint mid to help the whole team come up. There is DT going in with the Zuka, but getting no kills. There's still the crab in play, but still just playing with the whole sword weapon, just not waiting for defense. There's going to be one down on the side of XOXO, and that's going to be two now. That's going to be three down again. Goose and Candy. Wow, that's a delayed wipe.
And at this point, unless we see something absolutely crazy, this seems like Luminescence tournament. 3 seconds left. XOXO is going to take the tower. We are going to overtime here, but they have to throw everything they have just to keep this tower under control. Range Blaster able to poke out, able to get one pick before going down themselves. XOXO still has this tower though. Pencil able to pick it off.
Blob going to go for the VT event with Candy. Again, kill wheel and play. That's a bomb kill with a wall in a millisecond, and just that last round kill. What?
Oh,
okay.
And for a second there, I was like, were they playing with their food for a second? Because they could have just hopped on that tower, ended the game before that jump landed. They waited for the jump to land and died because of it, and I was like, oh my gosh. Is there going to be some kind of an immense hero play here? But nope, Luminescent able to shut it down. They'll take this series and the tournament 2-0.
And now with the voice of the head, Bakes, are you still alive?
Yeah, yep, I'm alive, and thank you for taking over when I had technical difficulties.
The voice in the head would not disappear.
Goodbye, voice. Go back into the head where you belong.
Yeah.
It sounds so mean.
Focus on the stream. Thank you for managing the stream, and thank you for commentating as well while I managed the various technical issues, and thank you as well, Yoko Poke, for the commentating.
Yeah, thank you for sticking with it even though you had some technical issues, and once again thank you to all of our lovely tournament organizers. I know we've had some conversations about them. Love my tournament organizers.
Yeah.
We also, I don't know,
right before
you switched off, it was also, I want to note, we did meet the deadline. There was 14 seconds left on the timer for the deadline. So shoutouts to
I was watching the clock.
Luminescent.
Yeah, to me.
For winning that game when they did. Because if that overtime lasted even just, just a little bit longer, and then we would not have met the deadline. So
yeah.
Congrats to them again. Also, congratulations to the Rice Rascals for winning silver bracket as well.
Yeah, good on them. And how is silver going? If I can quickly bring that up. Silver is also, yeah, so silver's down. Oh yeah, that was what you already had there. And gold, take that. Oh yeah, there's still Luminous versus placeholder. They've still got their third set to play out, so that's taken a little longer than the deadline. But for getting our winner on time, no false advertising here.
Yep. So yeah, thank you everyone for watching Deadline number 11. I believe we'll be back in 2 weeks, if I do so recall correctly, and hope to see everybody there again. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone.
Yep, thank you very much for coming. Yes, may not be here for the next one, but regardless, hope you enjoy.